Dave, are you ready then? Are you ready? Yeah? Are you good to go?
Yep.
Well, you better be, Dave, because we have already hit live again. Okay, this is our second attempt at recording because I forgot. I muted everything. But anyway, we're here. We've survived to episode 20. I was going on a tangent about how people try to write us off after episode 3, 4, 5, and we're here.
And I was pretty shocked. Episode 20, mate. That's good going. That I'm pretty pleased with ourselves.
I'm so proud of everything.
And someone said to you, what was it? Someone said to you about if you reach episode, it was like 3
or 4 or something. But every time I talk to someone different, they've got a new stat for us. It's always changing.
Like most podcasts don't reach past episode. I don't know. Let's make a number up, 5.
Yeah.
And here we are, mate. Episode 20.
We're
balls deep.
I've just bought a house by the seaside off the money this podcast makes me, so I'm really happy and thank you for supporting.
Yeah, thanks for all the subscribes and likes that we get.
Anyway, right. Well, what's been going on then? So we haven't been playing much this week. That's fair to say. We've been very busy with real life as usual. But we've been watching a bit of Pro League. Pro League is the group stages of Pro League have concluded. Most recently, Group D and the Group D last chance stage. So, talk to me. Have you watched anything? I
watched a bit. I was watching Eternal Fire and Liquid yesterday. That was actually a pretty good game. I was enjoying it. I was getting a little bit frustrated with Liquid. And I've watched other games here and there. What about yourself? Have you been watching much?
Yeah, I watched I watched the Vertigo map of Eternal Fire Liquid. I can't remember what time that was in the day, so usually I can gauge how engaged I was in the game depending on if it was late or during the day or if I was cooking dinner or whatever. I also watched a Cloud9 game. It might have been the Eternal Fire. The Eternal Fire.
Which one? Because
the second one that they lost.
Yeah, the first one, Cloud9 beat Eternal Fire 2-0.
Yeah.
And then when it mattered, Eternal Fire beat Cloud9 in the last chance stage.
It was the Eternal Fire second one that they lost because again I watched Vertigo for some reason. Seems to be the map I've been watching, and
well, that's their map, I think. I think Eternal Fire are pretty good on it.
They dicked on them. They were so aggressive on CT, like pushing stairs. That Callus geezer was just holding stairs down. Like Cloud9 didn't know what to do. They were like super aggressive. By the time you got to stairs, the Eternal Fire were like halfway down. They already had it locked. It was mad. It was like
Eternal Fire looked like they really warmed up to it. Like obviously they didn't have a great start. They were in the last chance stage, but they seemed like they really warmed up. Like they give it to Liquid, like they spanked them 2-0.
Yeah.
Liquid just looked like they didn't know what to do. I mean, I was watching it and they just kept doing the same thing over and over, and I was thinking, why aren't they mixing it up?
Yeah.
Like I want to give Eternal Fire credit for playing so well, but in the same respect, Liquid didn't change it up at all. Like they just kept going sandbags and just kept getting mollied out. I just don't know with Team Liquid. Like I think I want to give Yakinda more time as the in-game leader, but maybe they need to get rid of OC. I can't see a team doing that great with OC as your main AWPer.
Yeah, I think if you look at their performances in Pro League, we'll come on to who's been our most disappointing teams, and I think they'll probably feature. OC actually was like top of the stat board for a couple of games. I think the VP game and the Cloud9 game. I watched a bit of the Cloud9 game as well, Cloud9 Liquid. So that's never reassuring if OC is top because
Sorry, mate. I don't know if you cut out or if I just misheard you when you said he was of the scoreboard. Did you say top or bottom?
No. Well, the VP game he was top overall in the series, and the Cloud9 game he was top overall in the series across the maps, the 3 maps. Now whether
maybe he's just not consistent enough for me.
No. But what I'm saying is, in the games where he's your best performer and you're losing to Cloud9 and VP, that's like you got questions to ask for everyone there, right? Like, why the fuck is OC top? Yes, and the later games when he got to last start chance, he was bottom. But I'm just saying, like, in the games where you need like Naf, Yakinda to step up, Patsy, the aggressive, well, the more firepower players, you got OC at the top. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Also, he should be top. Like, he's your main AWP.
Yeah.
He needs to be top fragging.
Yeah. No, I think you're not wrong. There's something Liquid are weird, mate. Like, every time I watch them, I'm like, I want them to do well.
Yeah, I do. I don't know why, but I do.
I got this like inner feeling of like, come on, I want Yakinda to pop off, and I want Naf to just to do what he's always done. But then it's not clicking for them at the moment. And again, maybe they need more time. We keep saying it. CS2 around the corner. Maybe there'll be a new team. There's definitely going to be teams that
I do. Usually, I'll be like, no, it's not going to work. But with CS2 around the corner, I am giving a lot of teams the benefit of the doubt. I do think things could change up quite a bit in CS2.
This is it. And some players that have not traditionally been the best or that good can probably pop up and end up being star players in CS2. So it's exciting times for that kind of thing. Cloud9.
I was going to say, like, while we're talking about disappointment, yeah, Cloud9 have been disappointing for me. I do want to give them more time. I don't want to be one of those guys
with everyone. You're just going to give everyone more
time. I'll be honest. I was thinking, nah, done. If you're not showing up now, when are you going to show up? But how long have they been together?
Right,
2 months
since the player break. Yeah, so it feels like a year, but that's good.
So maybe I'll give them a bit more time. See how they look in CS2, but they have been disappointing regardless. They're the standout teams really for me. Liquid and C9 have been disappointing.
Definitely, they're the two for me that out of this group D were just like.
I think Axel and Shiro have been playing well, but maybe they just need to play better as a team. Yeah. Eternal Fire just ran through them. 16-6 on Vertigo. I mean, Eternal Fire are ridiculous on Vertigo as well. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited about Eternal Fire.
It's always good to see Zentaris. That guy's fucking good. If you actually watch him, he's actually really good.
Yeah, that Wicardia guy.
Yeah.
He's good as well. Like they are pretty entertaining to watch. I wouldn't say they're the most tactical group, but win duels all the time. Like, yeah, really good to watch. Talking about watching teams, how do you feel about VP? Or did you watch much of them?
No, I didn't, but I heard through various other
content
channels.
I watched a bit of them, and everybody's always talking about how weird they play and whatnot, which I don't mind. I think, mix it up. I think every sport needs a team that's going to mix things up and not just follow the norm. And they definitely do that. They do some weird buys. I would say that's the weirdest thing they do. They would just, like, one of them would just buy some SMG or a FAMAS or something, and the rest of them are just like eco. Or
I heard this. I didn't watch anything, but I did hear that, and it's like the ultimate mind games. Like, fucking, just when you expect the team to probably have a full buy, they come rushing out with that a Tech 9. It's like, what the how you meant to play? Well, it would make it easier, I guess. So I don't know. I think I wouldn't mind it if they did it to me.
They play fairly slow. I was thinking about this today. Like, could you go to like one bomb site, drop a few smokes for your teammates, and then go back to the other bomb site where you're supposed to be holding, and just like, for example, on Inferno, just smoke or molly banana for the last minute of the round, and make them,
just always thinking or always second guessing what's happening.
Yeah, but yeah, they're weird to watch, but I don't hate it. I feel like a lot of people seem to be laughing at them, but they're through anyway, aren't they? So, fair play.
Yep.
Go on, mate. Who are you going to mention next?
I'm going to just glass over it. G2 being G2, doing G2 things. That was always nice to see. We always like that.
Yeah.
Special shout out to Hooksy, who in the first game against Lin Vision was actually top of the leaderboard and Nico was bottom. I guess it was just like a training match, it felt like, maybe.
I'm pretty sure he was the most picked for fantasy team.
Oh, everyone was buzzing then for that.
Yeah, he helped me out, and I just want to give myself a shout out for my top 5% finish.
Nice, very good.
I was pleased with that.
Yeah, so G2 beat Lin Vision, beat VP. Go on.
Before we move on, I don't want you to miss Complexity. I was pretty pleased with them.
Well, I'm going to talk about them. So, Lin Vision, they beat G2. VP, they beat. And then in the upper finals, they beat Complexity, but 2-1, which Complexity got to that position by beating Cloud9 very comfortably, and then they only lost 2-1, and the second map, which Complexity could have won and actually won the series, they took G2 to overtime to 19-16. Granted, in the third map they got absolutely dicked, and G2 I guess were just like, right, I've had enough of this, let's just win. But it was a close series, so Complexity definitely in this group turned out to be the biggest surprise in my opinion. And now Liquid are not American or North American. I do kind of want like one North American team to be doing well, strangely, and if it's going to be any North American team, I want it to be the one with the Legion, probably. I don't know why, it just feels fucking right. It's like a American legend, and so I do want Complexity to do well as well. So I'm happy to see them doing well. Shout out to them. I'm excited to see them in the next stage. Okay, so that's kind of Group D rounded off, unless you've got anyone else you want to talk about very quickly.
No, I think we hit everyone that stood out.
Okay, so let's go and look at the single elimination bracket. Okay, so what we've got here is these games start Tuesday, which is tomorrow. The first game's tomorrow. We've got your beloved Fnatic against Monty.
Let's go, the boys!
Okay. No one's ever been that excited for Fnatic.
Of course they have, mate. You know how many Fnatic fans there are.
Oh,
when I wore my Fnatic top at the LAN, people were high-fiving me, cheering me, they're carrying me through the crowd.
They're buying you drinks, buying you beers.
Yeah.
Who's going to win Fnatic, Monty? Go.
Fnatic.
Okay, I tell you what, fun game. Whatever you do now, I'm going to put an accumulator on. I'm going to put my money where the Casuals' mouth is, and you're going to decide what we're betting on here.
Well, that's a really tough game to call. I'm only saying
You're backtracking now. You're very confident just a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm only saying that because it's Fnatic. I mean, Mont are really good.
Monty just play loads of games. Whenever I put HLTV on, they're just playing games. That's all I know. Right.
They're a good team.
So we're going to go Fnatic to win. Okay, Bosch. Astralis, Eternal Fire. I think that's a hard one, but I think I know who I'd pick. So you say
Astralis.
Okay, yeah, same. VP 9Z. I think that's
VP.
Yep. Where is VP? Yep. Mouse Furia. So Mouse lost some weird games recently, but go on.
I'm gonna say Mouse.
Yeah.
I do think Furia can win, but I think I'm hoping Mouse win.
Okay, so that's the accumulator. I've bet on it. Not great odds, 3.37 to 1, but whatever. We move. Let's see how these games pan out.
Yeah.
Now looking at that, interestingly, I'd say the biggest surprise there is Movistar Riders as well, by the way, whilst we're talking about shout-outs. How well have they done to get to the playoff round 2? They had a great run. And who's your pick to go and win it? Who's going to go through and take it? I think now's the time we can do our shouts for...
Right, okay. I mean, it's Vitality, isn't it? It's just... They're too good. Vitality... I can't see them losing against anyone, especially in that bracket they've got.
They've got the easiest run, haven't they? Other than the Na'Vi, if they get to the semis. Yeah. It's theirs to lose, isn't it? Is that what you said, yeah?
Yeah, Vitality.
Because I can't imagine if Ents and G2 get to the semis. I think G2 win that, and then it's.
I think Ents, the other bracket, who's going to be in the final with Vitality is more the question.
Well,
are you saying G2?
I think G2. Yeah, I think Mouse go to beat Furia. They go to FaZe. I think Mouse beat FaZe, and then it's G2 Mouse, and I think G2 win that and go through. Ents just win whoever's in front of them and go through. So then it's Ents v G2 in the semi, and then I think it is Vitality Na'Vi in the semi probably anyway. That's how it stays. I think how those images look with the question marks irrelevant in the semis, and then I think it goes.
So you're saying, let's say Mouse Furia, we're saying Mouse win against FaZe. Mouse or Furia beating FaZe.
I think Mouse win against FaZe. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. At the moment, yeah. And then I think G2 beat Mouse. I think it's a Vitality G2 final. That's probably what's going to happen.
Okay.
Unless Na'Vi pipe up, because Na'Vi on this weird.
Na'Vi aren't going to do anything. I
feel like they're a bit confident at the moment, though. But I don't know.
No, you're mad. Yeah, but all it takes is one round for them.
Yeah.
They lose one round. Simple. How's Alexi B, a long-haired girly boy? It's all over. Imagine
that tilting you. I'll just disconnect. Console disconnects. I'm off. Just step up.
I can see a world where VP just do some weird upset because they've only got to be 9Z, Movistar Raiders, and then they're against Ents.
Maybe could be the underdog shout. But I think the consensus is a Vitality win. Then is that what we're saying? But you're saying it might be a VP final.
If Fnatic beat Monty, they could get to the definitely get to the quarters. Could Fnatic beat Complexity?
I don't think so at the moment. No, I think Complexity probably win that.
Mate, what have I been telling you recently? Okay, we rate every team based on their AWPer, correct?
Yeah. Well, no.
Afro is so sick at the minute. Granted, he's not as good as Zywu, but I do think he's better than Halzerk, even though I do rate Halzerk.
Maybe, but...
So what about Astralis, mate? Astralis could beat Big, Eternal Fire, and Navi, no problem.
I don't know.
But they couldn't beat Vitality.
Yeah, I don't think Astralis beat that. I think I'm going Vitality G2 final and Vitality win it. That's me done.
Boring.
It is boring, but let's see. Go on then. Who have you got in the final and who wins? Make an actual decision. You're just like, well, if Fnatic play well, then and then actually Astralis are going to play well.
Yeah, because I want to I don't want it to be boring like you. But realistically, Ents, they've got an easy fucking run. And then they play G2.
Ticking. You have to make a decision. Your time's up.
I'll have to say Ents versus Vitality.
And who wins?
Ents.
Yeah, you just want to be different. Okay, fine. So there you go. That's Pro League. The playoff rounds, the single elimination rounds start tomorrow. Look forward to watching some of those games. For me, yeah, probably Astralis Eternal Fire is the most exciting one to watch right now. So won't be able to watch it because I'll be at work, obviously, 2:30 PM. Anyway, let's talk about other things. Let's move on to CS2. And let's move on to the current state of it. We haven't had too much time to play. The rumour is it is going to be released Wednesday. The only evidence of that release is the tweet that Counter-Strike put out saying, "What are you doing Wednesday?" I think I know the answer for us. We're at work on Wednesday. We're both working. So
yeah, even though we swore to take the day off when it came out, I feel like they've dragged it out so long now. The fucking excitement's worn off.
They've dragged it out so long, and we've been playing beta, so I feel like we've kind of been playing, and the way work's too busy for me now to take off. If it'd come out like midsummer when work's quiet, I actually could have got away with it. I just can't get away with it now.
Is this the last professional CSGO tournament.
Is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So, is it ready?
Okay. Not.
Is it ready for casual play?
It's ready for casual play, yeah.
Is it ready for the pro scene?
Not for the pro scene, it's ready for casual play. The current state, even if they made no changes to the current beta, you could play it in casual play. I don't care. Like, people will get so anal about this stuff, but like, if we're just playing casually, face it, whatever, it doesn't need to be pro ready. But if we're going to have a competition and pro and there's money on the line, I don't think it's ready. They still need to tweak the movement a bit, maybe just ever so slightly fine-tune the spraying. I don't think the spraying needs overhauling, but fine-tune it slightly. Maybe I don't know if you mess around with the economy, right? I don't know. Love to see the tick rate just go to a better, just go to face it level. And then you're pretty much pro ready. But for casual play, yes, and I think a lot of people like moaning about it, but you just got to adapt to it and move on now. Although, actually, the last few games we had, or the last time we'd been playing it, I'm getting proper like lag jolts. I don't know what it is, but like almost like a player just appearing in my screen sometimes.
Yeah, I've heard the Pika's advantage is ridiculous.
No, it's not even Pika's advantage though, because this is, I know what Pika's advantage is, right? Where you get shot. This isn't even, they're not even shooting me. They're like this. They're like there, and then they go, boom, and then they shoot delayed. It's like just mad lag. I don't know if it's my end, but no other game has lag. It's like just mad lag spikes, and I don't know. It's only in CS2. It's really bizarre.
I've not heard anyone mention it.
I don't know if it could be my internet.
It's this sub tick they've got.
Maybe. Do you think it's ready? What do you think?
Is it ready? I think the same as you, to be honest. I don't think it's quite ready for the pro scene, but I do feel like some small tweaks, and then they've got to test it somehow, and with the economy and whatnot, that could be a long way off if they start fiddling around with the economy and trying to fine-tune all that and the MR12 and all that business. Then when will it be ready? There's always going to be people that aren't happy. The only way to find out is let the pros finish playing Pro League and let them all jump on it. Let's get some games going, and I'm sure they will figure out. But at the moment, they can't, because their job is to play Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And that's Counter-Strike Go, not fuck about on CS2. So Counter-Strike need to take that into consideration and let these guys play some CS2 so we can figure that out, because me and you are not going to figure that out. And 99% of the players on Counter-Strike aren't going to figure that out. We need to figure out by letting the pros play games. They will let us know if it's ready or not. And I don't think we should listen to them all, but we should let them play, maybe watch it, let the people that know about Counter-Strike, the casters, people that are involved in the scene, even the developers, watch these games, figure out, is it working, is it not working, what are the complaints, are the complaints valid or not, and go from there.
Yeah, I think fair enough.
Done.
Nothing more to say. Right, another thing that I did want to talk about is HLTV just put out a article basically saying that they'd gone and spoken to a few Counter-Strike professional teams, and if they're actually playing CS2. Okay, now I got where's the graphic? I'm becoming pretty pro at this, mate.
You are, mate.
Yeah. Out of the top 30 teams that actually responded, and they said some just didn't even say anything, okay? So, which teams are competing competitively in scrimmage or practice matches, so actually trying together as teams in CS2? Only 4 actually said they are, which is Vitality, Gamer Legion, Nip, and Monty. The rest are all still playing CSGO, and some just didn't respond. And this also doesn't account for individual players like Rops and the like have been playing. like Rops has been streaming. You can watch him like every day. I think Simple's been playing. So interesting.
Mate, that is interesting, but also, who the fuck is practicing with their team on Counter-Strike and then saying, oh, what can I do in my spare time? Jumping on Counter-Strike, streaming. I could not be bothered with that.
What, as in Rops playing, he'll be practicing CSGO? Well, I don't know what FaZe are doing, if I'm honest, because they're playing shit, and then every time
They're just fucking about on boats and stuff.
Boats, mate. The last thing Carrigan put up was them on a yacht. And they're fucking playing shit.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah, they need to get back in that server, mate, and practice. Anyway, I guess it's a bit early to really tell anything from this data, but all I know is FaZe need to fucking get on a CS2 server and quick, mate. They need to take CS. I want a Grand Slam in CS2 from FaZe, or I'm giving up and I'm going to
revoking your t-shirt.
I'm revoking my t-shirt and I'll just fucking join you in Fnatic Loserland, I guess.
Mate, what is your beef with Fnatic, honestly? So if you're not a FaZe fan, what are you gonna do? You got your mouse t-shirt.
Yeah, maybe.
But you need a team that are winning. That's your problem. You're ditching FaZe. You need to stand through them through thick and thin.
I will stand through them, but I'm not doing it when they're sat on a yacht, like on a super yacht, pretending that they're.
That's what you get for supporting a FaZe clan team,
mate. Yeah, that's true in a way.
That's the type of shit that I imagine them to do.
Just out there throwing.
Yeah, like the fucking Logan Pauls of Counter-Strike.
I was just saying dollar bills, but like throwing mice. Just throwing mice and keyboards out from the
Conor McGregor's of Counter-Strike.
That is Carrigan, mate.
Yeah, punching old men in pubs.
That's right, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh god. Anyway, okay. Well, have we got anything else to add? What's the plan?
No, I think
this week
play more CS2. Let's see what happens on Wednesday. Do we think it's going to be out on Wednesday?
I think Chad put up a really sensible tweet where he said, I reckon Wednesday's more likely to be open beta, a big update, loads of changes, and opening up the beta to everyone. So like our friends who've been trying to get a rank or whatever will be opened up to it, but it won't be official launch. That's sensible.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Would that just mean that anyone can just play? Effectively, it's out then, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, this is far too technical for us. What's an open beta?
They just release it to people that have Prime.
Or, mate, let's just see what.
At the moment, pretty much everyone's getting it, so I think the only next step is to release it.
Let's see what happens Wednesday.
It does seem weird that they're doing it on a Wednesday during Pro League.
Typical, isn't it? Why can't they just do like Friday afternoon? Friday 6 PM GMT UK time. That'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? By the time people are watching this, it could be out.
It could. All right. Well, look, we're gonna go play some CS2, do some other stuff. GG. Thanks for listening, and see you next week, potentially on CS2. Everyone.
Sinapa.